35,000 naira. While being debated, and government said, okay, no problem, 35,000 naira guaranteed. You are a state chairman of NLC, and so the workers at the state level are agitated. That look, is it going to be that we're just doing this struggle for federal workers? What's been the standpoint of state chapters of the NLC on that?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. We are not agitating federal workers. They have always been giving us templates to work upon right from time immemorial. Whenever we have any agitation of this nature, we finish with the federal government. They used to give us, what they give us is what we call the template minimum wage. They pay more than that. We have state and Lagos State, they pay more than 1,000 naira.
Things on the agitation
the wage have been, we are talking about the basic wage, which is have been set before now. It's quite different from this one.
It's just an example on this matter.
This one is to relieve.
Okay.
And it's supposed to cut across. It must be cut across. And this thing have just been signed about 40 hours ago. You know, what is good for the geese is also good for the ganders. So what is good for those point in time? This point in time is good for us.
Okay. Now
many
are also of the view that labor leaders sold out. That was why the strike did not hold. To warn you, before we go on strike full blown,
on the yes, those civil who want us to go
but when they do not have it,
there is difference between wage to do it. You need to relieve. You have even tried the pension. Gave them 10,000. They said, okay, we'll give them 10,000 for the next 4 months. Negotiation is not so far. Are you with me? And the federal government promised that they will give them something. That is their promise. And apart from that one, you know, before, while we take it, it is very hard for them to do. In most cases, part of them. Part of that, that is why we come out with this strategy of confrontation. You know, we first consult with them, but when we discover that they are not doing it well, then we say, let us confront these people. They won't allow us to confront them. They will allow us to consult with them. And I believe at a sitting they will do. Because I still have the memory.
Let me get you quite well. They won't allow you to confront them.
Yeah.
Let me get who
consult.
are they?
Yeah.
The government. Government won't allow you to confront.
Yeah, government.
So what will government allow?
Consultation.
If consultation fails,
it won't.
You are saying
it won't. I know it won't, because it has never failed in Ondo State.
Okay. Your whole lot in Ondo State
is key for the workers of this state. And I know when we are talking about 30,000 naira, and
we should be the limit that these enforcers should go.
Thank you. It's a pity if really I'm fighting alongside with me. And why should we go on? I will still give you some reasons. And
such confrontation, such violence. Now, I'd also like to know, what is the relationship between NLC and the Office of the Head of Service? During that warning strike.
No, we don't have this harmony. We don't have this harmony. We listen to the government. In the time of strike action, struggling, you don't listen to the government, you listen to your leaders. That's it. They give you the last command. Oh, you know, like when we are preparing for this strike action, we have managers over there. That is what we did day before yesterday. At night, our manager said, no, you are not going on strike tomorrow morning. No. It's not any governor. It's not any president. He said it's not any HOS. It's a national EU. We don't even have EU with the governor of the state. Because we are fighting. We are brothers. We are working to move this state forward. So we don't have issues with them. The EU we have that day is that, okay, you have 2-day warning strike from the national. Every affiliated unions, they have collected their papers that they should embark on 2 days warning strike. And They went. So anything that can stop it, I believe all those affiliated unions, they come back to my office to give me a report of how far I applied with. I'm going to those reports.
That if the state government does not call on you, you will.
The JNC and HOS yesterday, and so the government is supposed to, federal government that now. Don't you know?
But now that the strike
So
is
they will
called off,
replicate
even in the states, is there still any need for you to wait for them to call when you are the one asking for something?
Yeah, we are going to wait for them because they have their office. But we write that letter, we send that letter, that copy of the letter, we send it to the office of HOS. And I believe they will be agitating if they discover that this HOS did not call. At the one who will call Oga, they will. Madam, we are talking about workers. They are not politicians.
I understand that from being the NSC chairman, you're also a teacher. So let's go into...
I am even a teacher before becoming an NSC chairman. Only that teaching that it's never a policy. We can only talk to a policy statement. Political.
Teachers could just be protected, even though they are not qualified.
We have licensed doctors. We have lawyers. If you have your license, you are qualified.
What
I don't know. Do you have license?
What makes
if you have the or you don't work in those states?
So what political statement other than the statement? More than
thank you.
Executive of government.
Maybe I don't know much, but I believe if we are going to anything policy, be a stakeholders meeting, and we agree. Understand? We have board, and we have not called any other meeting to. So that is why I said that a political than busy. Let me tell you, Subeb chairman alone is not the person that the teachers in this state have TESCOM. Are they not teachers too? And TESCOM, are they not teachers? So if we are going to make decision that not be promoted just as they promote, so it will take commissioner for education to call on the coders. Then possible. If you have a superior argument that if because a pupil did not pass, you said his teacher. Is the teacher the only factor that will make somebody to pass? Do you know that examination is not a true test of one's ability? Do you know that if a pupil did not have textbook, it leads to his failure? His regularity in the school, punctuality, it can lead to it. Exam is about to start, they just rush. You know that we have some schools now, as I speak with you, they have only 2 teachers. How do teachers teach from primary 1 to 6?
Yeah, but coming to that, the issue of teachers.
I'm still talking now. 2 teachers teaching from primary 1 to 6. What would be the take home of those pupils? That's why I call it political.
Okay, if you say it's a political statement, you've also highlighted the issues therein, the performance of pupils. Now, there's also that point that teachers must also be proud of what they are doing. Yeah. They should be able to also say, okay, now my pupils, they're performing very well. But you've highlighted some other factors. How do we harness all of these factors into one and then deal with them so that the issue of dragging, whether it's a political statement or a policy statement, but seeing development and the future of this within the center state?
That is it.
How do we get to that point?
Thank you. I am expecting that we have those pupils, that we work out for those schools, that we work out for those teachers. Let them raise bill, let them sponsor it, let them make it into a law, so that that one will guide us most in our schools. Rather than on that person who's supposed not to be blamed. There's no joy for any teacher whom his pupils failed an examination. It's never a joy, because when you toil and moil for a whole year, that is your result. of being toil and moil. And at the end of the day, you discover that that pupil failed that examination. What would be your joy? There's no joy. So both ends. We should not allow such happiness for our teachers again. Look at how we can guide all this. At that time, we'll be able to with a template that our pupils. After all, we still have some of our pupils that that usually excel competitions. Are they not the same teachers?
Now, let's talk about the issue of employment. We've had lots of conversations around it, and
We have enough teachers to do this job, because if you don't have, then the that is we suffer. If education is different, if everything we suffer, talking pro leader in the next 40, 50 years up to status, then what we produce to the scenery. All this type of need for us.
To wrap on this conversation, I also like to know how well the NLC is also taking a look at the productivity of workers. It shouldn't just be a question of saying government must do this for workers, that for workers. You know, it's one hand push the other that they
To ask or to go to the checkup. That is this set of are they or not, so that to reduce thing of the government doing that, because we will just go to them. I think a basic that we move, even though the level, both the primary school and the workers we do that. We sieve those who are no more there, those who are still there, then what they are going to do. So all these things we continuously doing it, because we discussing, engaging a way forward.
Now, year in year out, what teachers. You see, in Nigeria, you find beautiful speeches and addresses, and people clap and all of those other things. Implementing the points in the address is always the problem.
I believe by tomorrow we are going to clap for governor.
Is it just about clapping for?
To clap the job. One, recently he signed the 65-40 years for the teachers of Ondo State, and I believe is the implementation is out too. The circular is out. So can you now see where we are going to cut? I've been nearly all what we need as teachers, and always we cannot be appreciating Mr. Governor. As a teacher, we cannot be appreciating him, because the Yorubas will say, "God don't you say and you know." To we teach those things. Oh, Mr. Governor, is appreciation, because everything, when you see us clapping for him, I used to challenge people. If you know something that Mr. Governor has not done, tell me, I will ask.
Now,
but something that
tell me, I will ask.
I will ask.
I'm interested in that.
Okay,
part.
I will ask.
And that's
because I may not know.
This is what's today?
Yeah.
The teachers for the children we want to receive. Now, isn't that
Thank you.
as we celebrate is what beyond clapping for Mr.
Yeah,
Mike.
if you recollect, before 2021, we have not employed for the past 40 years. Before 2021, we have governors. When we Mr. Governor, we have a key shortage. We said, able to employ more. Then he deploys 500 from local government, deploy 1,000. 1,000 up to now. Of course, they have just received their confirmation. Now that is, they have just spent So we say because we are always altruists. I know that one, and by this, my governor will be around. I will tell him, okay, so you have done all this for the teachers. Let us look at what we are going to do for both the pupils, the parents, and the because by the time teachers, it's not for AUT. Here has to be lots of Ondo State. We need to have more hands to teach those pupils.
From 2021 up to now,
Yeah.
it means there's still a gap because
More gap.
teachers
Were
retired.
retiring.
So,
Yeah.
are
And
you-
some died. Some died.
also.
Don't
So,
let us shy away from that.
of course.
Yeah.
So
Some
then, how well do you think government should address this shortage, especially looking at the pupil teacher ratio,
Yeah.
which is very, very disturbing?
So we are going to engage them. We are going to engage them that we see have acute shortage of teachers, and I believe they will do something in earnest so to alleviate all these problems. Because when we are young, we used to have 2, 3, 4 teachers in a classroom teaching us. So if we can have that now, I think that will solve many problems about children or kids being failed.
We are asking Mr. Governor for this and that. What's your message to the teachers as they're celebrating tomorrow and beyond?
Thank you. My message to teachers is the entire teachers of Ondo State, let us jointly appreciate the governor for signing that signing it into law. The 65, 40 years of age being promulgated by the federal government. We appreciate him. Then let us do our job contentiously because